How's it going, guys? It's me again, your boy Geminate, and welcome back to another episode of Profit, or should I say, Gacha. So, today we're going to do treasure map gacha. I bought some treasure maps back in the days, like around 50 or something, and right now we have these.
Wow.
So, let's get started. Alright, so here we have some treasure maps, and I'm gonna tell you how it works. So you have to solve 2 tasks in order to get your prize, and each type of map has their own task. The best prize we can get from treasure map is the golden bar and the frozen cliff weather machine. Well, as you can see, there's 4 types of maps right here. Well, there's actually 6, and all of them are separated from each other. Well, as you can see, all of them actually look exactly the same, but if we take a closer look into the description, all of them are totally different. So how to actually get the prize from treasure map? First of all, you have to decide which weather machine you have to use in order to proceed to the next step. In the description, there is a hint that refers to the weather machine required. For example, this one says, this map is covered in strange design and shifting ladders. The runes have a dangerous scene of gold though. So try to think about a weather machine that with that kind of description. And for me, it sounds like a treasure hunting place, so I'm gonna go with a jungle weather machine. By the way, I'll put all the lists of the weather machine and tasks in the description, so make sure to check it out. So right now I have my jungle weather machine, so let's take a look at the information once again. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just activate the weather machine, and then let's check the description once again. Okay, so if you actually guessed the right weather machine, the description of the map will be changed. So let's check it out. Yeah, as you can see, the description says, as the aura of the jungle's cursed treasures fills the air, the shapes of the patch begin to swirl and grow, taking shape. Okay, the next description is, in fang and claw, in might and skill, these treasures yet the greatest thrill. Okay, so for this map, we actually have to beat a pet trainer. Okay, so you need a pet trainer whistles and some battle pets. Okay, so if you don't have any of them, it's okay, just don't buy this type of map. As you can see, there's a lot of types right here, so you just don't want to buy this type. Okay, just buy the other types if you don't have any pets. Alright, now I'm gonna go to take my pets and some whistles. Okay, I actually got my pet battle in this world, and yep, as you can see, there is a Mickey Mouse, and there is don't know. Okay, right now just take our pet and put them in your battle list. Okay, once again, if you don't have any pets, then it's okay, just don't buy the type of maps. And we need the pet trainer whistles. As you can see right here, I have some of them, and just use them real quick. And to be honest, I'm not really pro with using pet battles, and I'm really noob at it. I actually don't know how it works. I just clicked a random stuff and then they just got defeated. And I'm gonna speed this up, so I'm gonna be right back.
Jotaro! Dio! ほう、向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。
近づかなきゃてめえをぶちのめせないんでな。
ほうほう。では十分近づくがよい。無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄無駄
To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I just clicked the random stuff and And yeah, let's see what we actually got. Oh shit, I forgot to put the jungle window machine. Oh my god. Alright, that was a rip. So just put the window machine real quick, and then we're just gonna do it once again. And yeah, bring it on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we got him, boy. Okay, so the map says the map glows. I must be on the right path. That means you have to do it again until you get the prize. So let's just do it again, and I found it pretty interesting. It's pretty fun actually. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. So I'll be right back. Bye. Nice. Okay, the map glows as its treasure is revealed before crumbling to dust. You found 3 longboat.
Bruh.
Okay, this longboat is definitely a rip, but it actually has a pretty cool effect. So let me show you real quick. Oh, look at that. And oh, that's actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. Okay, but for those whistles, it is not worth it at all. Okay, so I strongly recommend you to not buy this type of map, this one, because it's not really worth it. And actually it took me about 4 whistles to get the prize, and I think that you don't have to use this type of map because it's not worth it. Okay, so just try to use the others. And yeah, I'm gonna do it the other 5 later, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tell you guys the other type of maps, because there are still 4 types we have here. And let's check out this one. And maybe some of you are wondering why I'm buying a lot of this type. I mean, because I'm gonna explain to you why. Okay, so they get a little easier to see when they are moving faster though, which means we have to go to the weather machine warp speed. Okay, so let's just go to my spaceship world, Geminate ship 3. Okay, so this is my spaceship world right here, and we want to wear the map for this time. Okay, so just take a look at the description. And yep, in constellation bright and bold, you'll find your treasure gleaming gold. You get the feeling you should harder into this map as you search the treasure. Okay, so for this type of map, we actually have to do Startopia, because it's very easy actually. We just want to do Startopia until we get the prize. Okay, so it's pretty simple, and just try to do it real quick. Okay. Okay, so we got actually pretty good price, to be honest. We got 2 space rocks, which is about 3 warlocks, and the map glows. I must be on the right path. Okay, so let's just do it again. Okay, that was easy. And the map glows again, and I must be on the right path. And this is actually a really good price again. I got 5 tactical drone and 2 space rocks, so actually I got profit. Not bad. Let's do it once again. Okay, until we get the prize. The map glows as its treasure is revealed before crumbling to dust. You found 1 freak's belt. Okay, so I actually never get that item before. Let's see what is freak's belt. Yo, actually looks pretty dope though. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna unwear this button. Yo, actually it looks pretty dope. Actually, I don't know how much it costs, but I'm gonna put the price in front of your screen. So what we're going to do now is, I still have about 41 type of this map, so I'm gonna finish it later. And for this type of map, so we're gonna check the description real quick. So the map is covered in strand design and shifting letters. The paper seems incredibly dry though, which means we have to put some water into the map. So it refers to rainy weather machine, so we just want to use the rainy weather machine. And after that we want to check the description once again. Okay, so it actually works. In deeds of might and songs of strife, you'll find your treasure given life. So for this type of map, we actually have to defeat some villains by using crime waves. And right now I have prepared some crime cat 5. So actually I have forgotten how to beat them. Actually I have beaten like 1000 crimes back then, but actually I forgot everything about it. So let's just battle it real quick. Alright, that one is very easy. So we got the feline portrait cat 5. Okay, the map glows. I must be on the right path, so I'm gonna do it once again. So be right back. Alright, so we got 3 longbow from the dragon hand, which is a little bit unlucky, so but it's okay. Alright, so right now we only have 3 types of maps, and for this one let's just check the description real quick. So this map is covered in strange design and shifting letters. The language isn't like anything you've heard of in Earth though. Okay, which means it is not from Earth. So let's just try to think about the weather machine that is not on Earth. So it's gonna be the Mars blasted world. So let's just go to my world. I think I have a Mars world, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, right now we are in my Mars world. It is a Geminate, and let's check the description if it actually works. Okay, so in bubbling theory and thoughts abstract lies treasures for the ceiling stack. So for this type of map we actually have to do the synthetic chemicals. Okay, so it is not as hard as you guys thought it will be. I have some videos about it, so if you actually want to learn how to do it, you can click right here. Okay, so right now just do the synthetic chemicals real quick, and don't forget to hold on the treasure map because it's very important. Okay, so let's do it now. Okay, so we got the synthetic chemicals. The map glows. I must be on the right path, so we just have to do it once again. Alright, we are done finally, and we got gold leash. Oh, wait, hold a minute. I never get that item as well. Well, what? Yeah, actually pretty cool. I don't know how much it costs, but I'm gonna put the price right on your screen. So let's just move on. Okay, so there's actually 2 more types of map that I didn't tell you. So this one right here is the surgery. So you're gonna need a night weather machine, and you have to do surgeries, okay, for this type of maps. And the other one is you have to use the Arid weather machine, and you have to use Geiger in order to get your prize, which will take you a really long time because Geiger, each Geiger will take you about 30 minutes to charge. So you actually have to wait for a really long time to actually get the prize from it. So I don't really recommend you to do surgeries because it is not worth it. And for pet battle, I'm not really recommend you to do that as well because it is very expensive. One pet battle whistle is about 4 to 6 warlock each. And yeah, I just think that it's not really worth it. So yeah. Alright, maybe some of you are wondering why I am buying a lot of maps. By this type of maps, the Startopia one. Well, that is because of I personally have my my role. As you can see, my role quest is Startopia, and actually I'm at level 6 right now, so I'm able to get some space rocks, just try to get some warlocks back. So if I actually don't get the good items, like the frozen cliff or some stuff like that. I still have the space rocks star, so I don't actually waste my warlocks right here. So right now I'm going to just do Startopia until my 41 treasures maps are gone, and let's see what we can get from it. Okay, so I found the meat, and where is it? Where's the meat? Alright, so I found the meat. I don't know what it did. I don't know what it actually do. Take a bite and you'll find yourself infused with the gigantic meaty might. Time to feast. Okay, actually I'm pretty curious, so let's just eat it real quick. What the hell? I'm getting bigger. Shit. Okay, that was actually really cool. Alright, so I'm gonna continue until I get a really good stuff. So, be right back. Okay, so we found 5 altars. I don't know what is that item. Oh, I see. I know this item. This is actually a block that you could get from the treasure blasted world. I think that is really cheap. So another rape. Okay, so let's just continue. Alright, so after we used 10 maps, so we got 2 meat, we got 20 rune carved stone pillars, which is obviously rip, and we got 10 altars. We also got some rune stones, we also got some longboats, some extra longboats, and I haven't got anything good yet after that. So the best price so far is probably the goat leash, or the, what is it called, the freak's belt. Yeah, the freak's belt. So let's just continue and let's see if we can get the golden boar, which is about 4 double logs, or maybe the frozen cliff with a machine, which is about 100 warlocks plus. So let's see if we're lucky enough. Alright, so I actually got a Grizzled shoulder cannon. It is actually a drop from Startopia, but it is actually pretty expensive, so it is about 35 warlocks right now, so I don't think that I actually are losing warlocks. So I'm gonna continue until I got something good. Alright, so I'll be right back. Come on, bro, it's been like 30 treasure maps and I still haven't got anything good yet. It is just the gold leash and the freak's belt and this stupid round shield. Actually looks pretty dope. I also got some map of Loki, but I don't get the golden boar and the frozen cliff with a machine, which is our jackpot. Come on, I need something better than this. Alright guys, so this is my last mate for the Startopia part. As you can see, there's only one left, and I haven't got anything good yet, but I actually got 3 shoulder cannons, I got 3 Stellaris blast, and also I got 88 of space rocks, which is really insane. So I'm just going to do it again for the last map, so let's hope for the best. Some trash, 10 rune carved stone pillars, Well, that's actually pretty sad. And I actually have 5 more maps for my this type is the pet battle, so it's actually pretty expensive since we have to use a lot of pet trainer whistles, and those whistles are not cheap. They are about 5 to 6 warlock each, so I think that this is not really worth it. And right now I'm going to show you everything I got from those treasure maps. Alright guys, so finally we are done, and we literally spent 45 treasure maps, and it cost me around 90 warlocks because I bought them for 2 warlock each. And for some Startopia tools I'll spend about 360 warlocks, I guess. So that's a total of 450 warlocks. Okay, so I got some stuff from my treasure maps. As you can see, I have some longboats. I also got a map of Loki, which is about a 1 warlock, I guess. And this freak belt is actually pretty disappointing. I thought it was like 10 warlocks or something, and when I checked the growth stock, it is only 3 warlocks. Okay, so far we have 5 warlocks. For the round shield is 2 warlocks, and for this gold list is about 8 warlocks. So 2 of them will be 16 warlocks. Okay, that's not bad actually. And these are trash. I don't think I need them, and you can actually find them in a treasure blessed world. Okay, so total warlocks we got from maps is about 25 warlocks. That's a little bit sad, but okay, that's okay. And let's take a look at the bright side. We have some prizes from Startopia. Okay, so these are 1 warlock each. So there's 3 warlocks here. This is also 1 warlock each. So another 3 warlocks, which is 6 warlocks already. Pretty good. Okay, we actually got 3 shoulder cannon, which is I'm actually surprised. So each of them are 35 warlocks. So 3 of them will be 105 warlocks. So total we have 111 warlocks so far. And we actually got 100 space rocks, which is really expensive. 50 for about 87 warlocks or 85 warlocks. So 100 of them is about 170 warlocks. Okay, so right now we have 187 warlocks so far. We actually got 3 blasts as well, so it is about 24 warlocks. So plus 24 is about 211. Okay, so for stargazing weather machine, each of them worth about 5 warlocks, so we got 30 from it, which is not bad. So it is 341 warlocks. I don't know how much it costs, but I think it worth some warlocks. Okay, so total we have 366 warlocks. Sorry, 366 warlocks. Okay, we spent 450 warlocks for them, which means we'll lose about 84 warlocks. Okay, so this is not profit at all, so we're just losing warlocks because we are very unlucky. But actually I've seen a lot of people actually got the frozen cleaver machine or the golden bar. I think they're just being lucky and I'm not. So but yeah, that's actually pretty okay. We don't actually lose so much warlocks right here. So alright, that's it for this episode. If you actually enjoyed this video, make sure to smash like, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you love this kind of video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.